Hey everyone, this is Derek from the Machine Gun Nest. Today we're going to go over the changes that the ATF have made to the new 4473, which is the paperwork you'll need to fill out when purchasing a firearm. So come on in and we'll go over it. All right, so you'll notice if you've purchased a firearm before, the 4473 looks a little bit different. Essentially what they've done is they've added one more line item to sex, and then they've changed where instead of the firearm portion being on the third page, it's on the first page. But from a customer perspective, nothing really new there. Visually, it's gonna look different, but again, it's just visual things. So we're gonna start out as a customer. The first thing you're gonna do is fill out number 9, which is gonna be your last name. Then your first name, and your middle name. If you don't have a middle name, make sure right above it, it's gonna say, if there's no middle name, write NMN. Below that, you're gonna do the number and street address of your current residence, the city, state, zip code, and county. Next line is gonna be the US city and state that you were born in. If you were born in another country, you're gonna write that foreign country next to it. We have your height, your weight, and then the changes for sex. Now you have male, female, and non-binary. Last on that line is gonna be your birth date. Please make sure you write the whole year, which is gonna be a 4-digit year instead of 2-digit year. So if you were born in 58, write 1958, not just 58. Number 16 is gonna be your social security number. You'll see that I have highlighted optional. On the new 4473 starting in November of 2020, it's not written in bold, but is still optional. We highly recommend that you do put a social security number in if you have a common name. If you have a common name or you've had security clearances or you're a current government employee or just moved around a lot, it may get delayed, your NICS background check. That makes sure that that process moves a little bit smoother. 18A is gonna be your ethnicity, 18B is gonna be your race, and 19 is gonna be your country of citizenship. If you're not a US citizen, you're gonna select other country and then write that next to it. Moving down, we have 20. Now, 20 doesn't finish on the first page, it actually finishes on the second page. So this is gonna be 20, 21, 21A, all the way down to 21E. 21A is going to be, are you the actual transferee or buyer of the firearm listed on the form? What that means is, are you the person that is going to be owning this firearm? If you are not the owner or going to be the owner of this firearm, the person that's going to be owning it needs to fill out the paperwork. So it's perfectly fine to give a firearm as a gift. You're just gonna pay for it, but the person that's receiving it as a gift is the one filling out the paperwork. And vice versa if you're getting one as a gift. So just make sure that the person that's going to be owning it is the one filling out the paperwork. 21B, are you under indictment or information in any court for a felony? So do you have a pending court case where you are suspected of committing a felony? Please answer all of these truthfully. Have you been convicted in court, including a military court, of a felony? So some of the verbiage here has been moved around from the last 4473 to the new one where they added including a military court. But again, please make sure you answer it truthfully. D, are you a fugitive of justice? So are you running from the law currently? I hope anyone that is running from the law isn't coming into our shop buying a firearm, but we still need to ask. Now 21E, are you an unlawful user of or addicted to marijuana or any depressant, stimulant, narcotic drug, or any other controlled substance? Now, we're gonna flip over to page 2 and you'll have a little bit more to fill out there. Now you'll notice 21 continues on page 2 where it's 21F to 21.1.2. 21F, have you ever been adjudicated as a mental defective or have you ever been committed to a mental institution? 21G, have you ever been discharged from the armed forces under dishonorable conditions? 21H, are you subject to a court order including a military protection order issued by a military judge or magistrate restraining you from harassing, stalking, or threatening your child or an intimate partner or child of such partner? Now again, that's another one where the verbiage changed a little bit, but again, it's all the same thing. Do you have a peace order or protective order against you? 21J, have you ever renounced your United States citizenship? 21K, are you an alien illegally or unlawfully in the United States? 21.1.1. and 21.1.2. Are you an alien who has been admitted to United States under a non-immigration visa? If you are such an alien, do you fall within any of the exemptions stated in the instructions on 21.1.2 blank? Now, any of those explanations, if you're confused about any of the verbiage, are gonna be further on in the 4473. But again, that's why there's staff at the gun store to help you through this process. If you have any questions, that's why they're there. They're the professionals, ask for the help. 22 and 23 are gonna be the last items you do when trying to purchase a firearm before they do your background check. 22 is gonna be your signature, and 23 again is the date that you're purchasing the firearm, and it's the full year, not just 22, but 2022. Now that's the end of what you need to fill out before purchasing the firearm. Give the form back to the staff member. They'll fill out the portions that they need to, run your background check, and then there's one last step for you. On page number 3, once you've been approved, or after the 7-day wait, if it's in a state that has a 7-day wait restriction, you're going to sign line item 30, releasing the firearm to you, and then again, 4-digit year for the full date on 31, and that's the date that you're leaving with it. So now that we went over the 4473, that's new for November of 2020, I think you're gonna be pretty prepared. If you have any questions and you're local here in Frederick, stop on in, ask the staff. That's why we're here. The staff here are trained and are professionals in doing the paperwork and being knowledgeable in all of the things pertaining to government paperwork and purchasing firearms. So again, if you need anything at all, stop on in and we're here to help. Thanks, and I'll see you at the range.